Hey, to say hello to all you at the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada. I'm walking down the middle of the road here in Jasper National Park to illustrate a point. And the point is that there's no one here, which I suppose is the truth of so many tourism destinations in the entire country. Anyway, I hope this video correspondence find you and yours all healthy and as happy as can be, despite the uncertainty of these times. But I'm putting together this video and sending it to ITAC in the hopes of a few things. First of all, that it can be shared with all of you so that you can all truly understand and know just how thankful and proud I am to be a member of this organization. I can't tell you how grateful I was to wake up and click on an email from ITAC and discover that my company, the Jasper Tour Company here in Jasper National Park, had been granted one of the stimulus packages that will certainly help to keep us alive for the foreseeable future. What alive looks like certainly has yet to be determined. But thank you so much to all of you for working so hard to secure any sort of funding that will help ensure that when this passes, and it will, that Indigenous tourism can continue to thrive here in Canada. So Kinanask Olmatan, thank you. Thank you very much for your efforts. So I guess that brings me to the second part. And what I would like you to do, if it would be helpful, is to please share this video with those people at the various levels of government that can help ensure that Indigenous tourism remains not only viable, but also profitable in the future. So for those of you people who may see this who don't know me, my name is Joe Uri. I'm a member of the Métis Nation here in Alberta. And this place, Jasper National Park, is not only my longtime home, but it is also where I make my living. My family has been living and working along the Athabasca River since the 1860s, when we arrived in what is now Alberta from the Red River Settlement. And I'm the owner and operator of the Jasper Tour Company, which is a boutique experience here in Jasper National Park, and which thankfully, as an active member of the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, was recently granted one of these small stimulus packages. Now, I don't want to come across as ungrateful, and I'm sure you're all well aware of the gravity of this situation the tourism industry is in, but where the weight of this is heavy for the entirety of this industry, you have to understand that it is absolutely crushing for the Indigenous people who are now trying to walk this path to not only better themselves, but better Canada in the long run. We're beginning to tell our stories again, and we're beginning to tell them through the medium of tourism. And from my own perspective, I can tell you what so many of us are doing is so very important with regards to not only helping ourselves, but this nation and the backs of the nations that it was built on to heal. In my opinion, we are frontline pivotal in so many ways, from a healing standpoint to educational and to economical. And I think that it's in all of Canada's best interest to ensure that Indigenous tourism remains strong, or better still, that it becomes part of the foundation of what tourism in Canada should look like when the world resumes course. So to that end, I suppose I have an ask. And that is that you, the good people in charge, are trying to ensure that we all come out of this as unscathed and as prepared to pick up the pieces on the other end, that you make sure the playing field is level with regards to funding on all levels for tourism. I'm one of the fortunate ones currently to receive some form of the funding. And whether the stimulus will keep Jasper Tour Company alive is really yet to be determined. I suppose that's going to depend entirely on the shelf life of this virus and also on the advent of a vaccine. But I can't help but think of all those other businesses owned by my brothers and sisters from the Métis communities, from the First Nations communities and Inuit communities who might not make it through this. And it breaks my heart to think these thoughts. So, please, I know ITAC is going to be knocking on your door a lot. I know Keith Henry, he's a very tenacious guy. Please, open the door and let them through the door and do your best to help them so that that they in turn can help Indigenous tourism stay alive. We were on the cusp of something that, quite frankly, is 150 years in the making. And we cannot, and by we, I mean me, you, they, we cannot let it go backwards. You know, I'm 54 years old and I've had to walk a lot of different paths and reinvent myself multiple times, and I don't know how many more times I can do this. So please, help us get people back on the road to right, and help us move forward in a positive way. Marci Kawitatmian, in the northern dialect of Michif, the language of the Métis Nation, that means thanks for your time. Be well.